Hey, how are you? My name is Mike of MikeStewart.ca, and today I want to talk to you about an interesting news article that I saw yesterday about 1 million new Canadians coming to Canada in 2021. I found this absolutely fascinating because that represents a 2.7% increase in Canada's population, which is amongst rich industrialized countries or advanced economies is extremely rare. And one thing the article mentioned is that if that rate of growth keeps up, the population of Canada, which is about 39 million right now, will double in 26 years. So, and the reason why I bring this up is because of the impact it's going to have on Vancouver real estate. Now, the thing to think about with the real estate market in Canada is it's not like a market like for shirts or widgets or whatever, because the real estate market in Canada involves high levels of government control and influence. So demand in the real estate market can be stoked, and often is stoked, by the federal government in the form of the amount of immigrants they allow to come in, and the policies in terms of qualifying for mortgages. So in 2021, we saw 1 million people, 1 million new Canadians come to Canada, which in my view, I think is fantastic. Great for the country, great for the economy, great on so many levels, and I'm super excited about it personally. But the issue is we don't have enough houses for them. We don't have enough condos for them. We don't have enough rentals for them. We don't have enough of any kind of housing for these people. And so the issue is the federal government says, let's bring people in, which is great, and I agree with it. You know, before COVID-19, we let about 200,000 new people come to Canada every year, which is a great thing. During COVID, that number went down to a very low level because nobody was traveling. Then after COVID, the federal government wanted to make up for lost time, so they said, let's open up floodgates, let's bring everybody in, which again, I think is a good thing. And then what happened is we got 1 million new people coming in 2021, and then a commitment to have a minimum of 500,000 new people coming thereafter, which again, I think is great. But the issue is, even before COVID, even when we were getting 250 to 300,000 people, we weren't creating enough housing. And that again is caused by government. So you have mostly provincial government, mostly city governments, but provincial governments, but again, mostly city governments are not pulling their weight when it comes to allowing for the creation of new housing, and then also paying for things like supportive housing, subsidized housing, low-income housing, all this kind of thing. Basically, across the country, there's just not enough housing being built for the growing population that we have. That's for many reasons. The creation of new housing in the Vancouver area and in British Columbia is highly politicized. You've got, NIMBYs and environmentalists and people of a certain political persuasion who maybe don't agree with the principles of free enterprise, really don't like to see new housing developments allowed or to go forward, and that slows things down. And it's not just the left; it's the left and the right that basically have created a situation of gridlock. Which, with some recent changes, the current provincial government has brought in some legislation that can allow the provincial government to force municipalities and cities to move forward with density. But again, it's too much too late. So anyway, basically, to get back to the point, we have a massive amount of people that have come to Canada. We have a massive amount of new people coming in the future, but we're not building enough housing. Now, why does this matter? Well, it matters because going forward, once interest rates start coming down, you're going to see real estate prices do that, because we have a massive amount of people. We will have interest rates that are coming down, and we don't have enough housing. We've been underbuilding and undersupplying the market for 40 plus years. And so I don't think that government action or government policy is going to be able to do anything for the next price surge that's coming in the Vancouver real estate market or the British Columbia real estate market. But I think going forward, a good thing to do would be for federal governments, provincial governments, and city governments to work more closely to increase the supply of market housing to finance sufficient low-income housing and supportive housing and subsidized housing so that there's enough places for people to live. Because if you think about why Vancouver real estate is so expensive, it's not because of all the sort of nefarious plots that some of the media attribute it to. It is because there's just not enough housing. And it's been refreshing lately to see that that has become a consensus opinion on the real estate market, which until recently was not. So anyway, my name is Mike with MikeStewart.ca. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please email me at mike@MikeStewart.ca or call me at 604-763-3136. Thank you very much, and we'll speak to you soon.